Taking matters into your own hands and doing whatever the heck you want in life. The Doctor sure is living the dream. Jealous? I wouldn't be. Chosen Chimp here. I've been thinking about the Doctor. I thought I'd share some of those thoughts with you. On the surface, being the Doctor must be a pretty sweet deal. I mean, you're your own boss, taken to the extreme. That level of freedom must be liberating. Who else felt that pang of weightless envy at the end of Listen? Holy smokes, I love that episode. When number 12 says, "I don't take orders, Clara." It's true. The Doctor really doesn't and never did and still doesn't, and I'm certain never will. If there's anything to take from the 2021 epic parpness, which is the flux, it's the reaffirmation that this trait won't change no matter what the incarnation or the situation. So life is a blank canvas which you can traverse in your own spaceship and wander across from place to place with zero responsibilities. One big 2 millennia year old free-for-all party. That's the basic premise of the Doctor's life, right? Except wait, there's morality, there's compunction. It's intertwined on a molecular level with that prevailing strive for adventure, which means this particular so-called wanderer in the fourth dimension is compelled to stick around, fight the good fight and do the right thing, always, time and time again. It's an interesting juxtapose, I think, for someone who, out of principle, wants to be involved in absolutely nothing for any lengthy period, to also want to make it their business to trounce injustice wherever and whenever it becomes apparent. If there's a problem, the Doctor will insist upon making it their problem until that problem is resolved, whilst instinctively maintaining a higher level of respect for the laws of time and space, attached to which are big no-nos and events that, no matter what the feelings towards them are, cannot and must not be changed. Doesn't mean this little renegade won't try on occasion, though. These are amongst the most wonderful things about the enigmatic being called the Doctor, a being who we get to see a lot of when we watch Doctor Who, because they are a person who is the thing that Doctor Who is about, and therefore you get that thing mostly more than the other stuff that's in Doctor Who. These positive traits are a consistency which will never leave the Doctor even in the darkest of hours. Us the viewers know that person best, right? And yet, in contrast, there is so much we don't know about the Doctor. So much of those early days and relationships and family ties forever shrouded in mystery, with little pockets of detail dished out in often inconsistent and contradictory speckles. While the personality traits are often available for all to see, the Doctor is at the same time a living, breathing box of riddles, and us the viewer are cursed to never truly get to the bottom of these riddles. Despite being given more information, there is always a gap in the knowledge that leaves the mystery of the Doctor largely unsolvable, and presumably to stay that way forever, though recent stories have, well, tried. And on that note, to counter the supposed resolve that the timeless child revelation attempts to give us, that same story also presents a giant floating house containing an archive of lost lives of the Doctor that we have no clue about. So, whether you ride this storyline to the moon or choose to pretend that it doesn't exist, the Doctor remains a mystery on both fronts. I mean, do we even know the Doctor as well as we think we do? When you dig deep, it's really not smooth sailing, is it? Is the Doctor embarking on a huge adventure, expanding their knowledge of the universe around them and helping to wizen other civilizations along the way? Or is the Doctor simply running away and looking for whatever distractions they can to fill up the time? Was the life on Gallifrey so heart-rendingly boring that this particular Time Lord inhabitant quickly developed a potent intolerance to boredom? Maybe boredom is the Doctor's one true weakness, the thing that they really fear the most, that only the ever-changing reinvigoration of something new can get them out of bed in the morning, an endless addiction to activity, to being alive in the fullest sense. No, Chimp, that's not true, is it? The Doctor clearly states that he didn't leave Gallifrey because he was bored. He left Gallifrey because he was afraid. But the Doctor is such a complex bundle of strangeness, I actually find it hard to believe that he made the decision to leave for just one reason alone. I mean, that brain. I'd even go as far as to think that the Doctor just upped and left and tried to figure out what the reasons were after leaving. A kind of subconscious desire for escape kicking in. and then settling into a whole new lifestyle, and then maybe just putting off tying up whatever loose ends there were left on the homeworld until eventually they were forgotten in the forever expanding ocean of discovery that the universe had to offer. And this is a lifestyle that you really can't achieve to maximum effect on your own now, is it? I mean, who do you talk to about it? There's only so many times that the Doctor can look towards us and say Happy Christmas. It takes two or more to tango. Can 3 people tango at once? I have no idea. I was stupid for even saying it. Anyway, if you want the majority of your existence shrouded in mystery, and if you want to be traumatized beyond your body's natural ability to handle trauma, then I suggest you step into the TARDIS and become the Doctor's companion. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking. I'm just giving one side of it. Humans are apes. I'm a chimp. We just ain't built for this, and this, and this, and this. And yet this eccentric time-travelling space wizard strings us along anyway. Of course, seeing other planets and meeting other civilizations and looking up at fantastic buildings, thanks Ian, is incredible stuff. And also the opportunity of a lifetime, but man, the caveat. Bar a few rare occasions where the Doctor didn't manage to rescue his fellow travellers at the last minute, the assistant always gets saved from the jaws of death, but rarely seems to get an actual sorry for their troubles. This one's only laughing because she's relieved because she survived the giant plant thing. This one walked away because things were too violent, and this one got left with Brian Blessed. I only mentioned 3. There's loads more examples. Yep, it's a rough ride being a companion. Consider the hollow void many of them feel when they live their life post-Doctor. The Doctor seems genuinely regretful to leave those lovable sidekicks behind, but then repeats the process over and over, so why do it? Why does the Doctor gravitate towards humans so much? I often think that the Doctor is enchanted by human beings in the same way that they are often enchanted by him. In them he sees a beauty and simplicity, and uniqueness that he or her can only dream of becoming. Maybe the obsession with Earth and its people is a longing to rid the Doctor's own self of the thing that makes him different from them, the Time Lord part that can feel the Earth spinning beneath their feet, the ever-looming curse of being psychologically and physically unable to lead a grounded life in a small corner of the universe where nothing out of the ordinary ever happens. I mean, come on, is there an alien more profoundly human than the Doctor? A wild, animalistic human being through and through. I mean, the temperament is through the roof. The rage, the mood swings, the inability to answer simple questions and open up about easy to talk about problems, the explosive mind of creativity and wonderment and intelligence which may well be too big for the skull in which it resides, the imperative to do what's fair and the level of responsibility it builds as it wanders across the stars. No wonder this body has to constantly regenerate and start over with a fresh perspective. It must be exhausting. Is there a long-running character in Doctor Who more exploding with despair than the Doctor themselves? Even the villains of this piece are too calculated to express such traits with any real abundance, and the companions, whilst understandably being often terrified for their lives, are seldom caught behaving like this, and this. It's a bloody good job this person has a strong moral compass. Imagine if they journeyed across the universe without it, with a personality like that. The Doctor is one of the most chaotic characters ever, and I think it's because the Doctor is that perfect funhouse mirror of ourselves. A walking, talking, bright, happy, moody, angry, funless, fun-loving, humourless, delightful, foolish, sensible, impulsive, grounded conflict of feelings. A character so relatable on the ground level and yet shrouded in so much mystery that we might as well hardly know them at all. A character who more often than not has a boundless devotion and attachment, but at the same time has a harrowing ability to just let go. An open book of exuberance with an equal amount of repression. The Doctor is a hero, all right. A shining case study and compassion, and the most mind-blowing trait of all for my money, forgiveness. Boy, was the Doctor crazily good at forgiving. And yet, given all of this, we seem to spend a lot of time feeling pity for this character. Whew, well, that's my waffle over with. Sorry about that. I think I almost forgot that the Doctor was a fictional character there. Or did I just think I was fictional? Either way, I'd love to hear precisely what the Doctor means to you. Sound off in the comments and don't forget to hit subscribe. Have a good one.